The question was, let's see, yeah, the question was cos inverse of cos of 10, right? So cos inverse of cos of 10, and yesterday we did it in two different methods. The first, which was easier method because we were getting the result directly, was that this 10, we know that a pi value is nothing but approximately 3.14. So 4 pi will be approximately 5 12.56, right? 12.56, and we know that cos, this thing, this value should, cos inverse will give output from 0 to pi, right? Cos inverse will give output from 0 to pi, so we will keep this value in that form only. So we will first, the first way of solving this question was that this 10 I can write as, this 10 I can write as 4 pi minus of theta, 4 pi minus theta, right? And then I will simply convert, and this value 4 pi minus theta is between pi and greater than 0. The value is between pi and greater than 0, so I can simply write cos inverse of cos of 4 pi minus theta. So this will simply come out, this will simply this, now this cos of 4 pi minus theta is nothing but cos, is nothing but theta, right? Okay, sorry. So this value is equals to 10, and theta, sorry, theta is between pi and greater than 0. Theta will be between pi and greater than 0. Okay, so this value will come out to be cos inverse of cos 4 pi minus theta is nothing but cos of theta, and this will give you only theta, because cos inverse of cos theta will be theta, as pi, theta is between pi to 0. And what is theta? Theta is nothing but 4 pi minus 10. Theta is nothing but 4 pi minus 10, right? This was the answer which we were getting, right? But there were another set of students who were saying that, sir, instead of 4 pi, if what will happen if I take 3 pi? Yeah? So this 10 I can also write in the form of 3 pi plus theta. This 10 I can write in the form of 3 pi plus theta, because 3 pi will be approximately 4.9, 9.42. So this again theta will be in the bracket of 0 to something, right? Now to solve it in this form, because we know that when 3 pi plus theta, when I will write cos of 3 pi plus theta, this is in third quadrant. This theta is in third quadrant. So this will become minus of cos of theta. This will become minus of cos of theta. And then we will have cos inverse of minus of cos of theta, right? But this value, this thing, this value will not give, so this output, this minus will not give you the, because cos inverse of minus is not, you cannot get the value, because cos inverse, this value will, you will not get the value. Why? Because it is not in the prescribed domain, right? So the output you will not get between 0 to pi. So for this one, what we have to do, we should draw the graph and we should see what this is giving you, what this actually is giving you. Okay, so for this one, if we draw the graph, so we know the cost graph will be something like this. This is x-axis. So we have 3 theta. So I will draw my 0 here. So this will be above x-axis. So the graph will be something like this. So this is 0.5. This is 2 pi. This is 3 pi, and this is 4 pi. Okay. So basically, right now, suppose if you are at this point, you are at 10. I'll draw with black. So you are at cos of 10, right? You are at cos of 10. So basically, what is happening? If I draw straight lines, perpendicular lines to x-axis, right? So you should get the value right. So you should get this point. So basically this point will also be equal to the value of the output should be this point, right? So what is happening? This is 3 pi. From here till here it is 3 pi, right? And now this value from here till here it is 10. So this angle, this difference is nothing but 10 minus 3 pi. This difference is 10 minus 3 pi. Understood? First thing, that this difference is 10 minus 3 pi. Now see, and this difference is 10 minus 3 pi. And what is this difference? This difference is 4 pi minus 10, right? So how can I reach this point? How can I reach this point? So what I can see is that from the lowest point, if I simply move to this angle 4 pi minus 10 on the left side, I will reach to this point, right? Now this is exactly symmetric to this part. So again, if I move from 0 to at 4 pi minus 10 in this direction, so this is 4 pi minus 10 in this direction, I will reach to this point. So this point is exactly similar to this point. So I can simply take 4 pi minus 10 as my that angle, cos of 4 pi minus 10 as this angle. Understood? This part everybody understood? Fine. This is yesterday we did this thing, right? Second part was for this one, right? So now we have got 10 minus 3 pi, right? This 10 minus 3 pi is the difference from its highest point. This 10 minus 3 pi is the difference from its highest point. That means from highest point, how much you have to move towards right? How much you have to move towards right is 10 minus 3 pi. From highest point, I have to move towards right in 10 minus 3 pi. Same thing will happen here also. So from highest point, that is here it is pi. From pi, I have to move how much this distance? How much this distance? Again, this distance I will have to move how much? 10 minus 3 pi. So this is 10 minus 3 pi. Right? So from here till here we have to move 10 minus 3 pi. This is okay. Now, if forget about this 4 pi minus 10, if this is 10 minus 3 pi, how much I have to move on the left side? This distance from where? From pi. So this value will be nothing but pi minus 10 minus 3 pi, which is nothing but 4 pi minus 10, which we are getting exactly same as we have found before. Fine. Understood? This part everybody understood? GB, yesterday you were not able to understand. Did you understood now? Yes? Okay, very good. So I hope this part you understood, that how we are moving. Why pi minus? बच्चे, because why pi minus नहीं कर रहा बच्चे? Pi, from pi I am subtracting something because I have to move. So if I draw this, so if from here this point I am moving in this direction, and how much I am moving? 10 minus 3 pi. So this is 10 minus 3 pi. From this I am moving 10 minus 3 pi. So how much is left out here? How much is left out here? This total was pi. This distance is 10 minus 3 pi. So how much is this distance? Pi minus. So this will become 4 pi minus 10. If I'll add them to, I will get still pi, the total distance. Mridula, understood? Sir, for 3 pi plus theta. 3 pi plus theta, we should only use option. हाँ बच्चे, why? No. Think, see. Why am I using graphical for 3 pi plus theta? Why am I using graphical for 3 pi plus theta? Because this is coming, because this form is coming, right? And why not for this form? Because here we are getting the value of theta in the domain 0 to pi. है ना. That is why we are using this normal simple in this way. Simple is this way because we are getting cos inverse of cos of theta. Cos inverse of cos of theta, we know what will be the value, but cos inverse of see, just wait, see, right now, how to know how to subtract, find the example. Yeah, okay, see, when we were having sine inverse of minus sine theta, we had something like this also. What I can do is, we have sine inverse of minus, I can take inside, so this will become sine of minus theta, right? And this theta, if it is between 0 to pi, theta if it is 0 to 0 to pi by 2, theta is between 0 to pi by 2, then minus, the output will simply be minus of theta, right? But right now we have not seen any conversion like cos inverse of minus of cos of theta. Why we have not seen such kind of inversion? Because for cos of theta we cannot simply take minus inside. For cos theta we cannot simply take minus inside, right? So then what do we have to do? We have to do such transformation in which we will get cos theta as positive and this theta between 0 to pi. Cos theta, this is positive and between 0 to pi, है ना? How do I know I have to subtract pi in the exam? Bache, right now we have just started inverse trigonometry, na? So these transformation, generally when you have cos inverse of minus of cos theta, when you have cos inverse of minus of cos theta, generally the output will be pi minus theta, you will have pi minus theta, but I have not taught, so that is why we are doing use graphical method, है ना? I will teach you these kind of transformation, sine inverse of minus sine theta, sine inverse of minus theta, cos inverse of minus theta. We will do those also, right? But we will move in steps, right? Not just because in this question I will teach that part, then again when I'm going to that part I will teach something else. No, है ना? So just because we have done two things right now, we have done how to convert this theta into some pi minus or pi plus form, or we have graphical methods. Two approach we know, so that is why I'm using those two approaches. Whichever is giving me answer, that is fine. है ना? Understood? Okay, fine, very good. Okay, next question. Let's see. So the last question was, let's see what was the last question. Yeah, tan inverse of tan of minus 6. Tan inverse of tan of minus 6. Check this one. This one must be much easier, है ना? This one must be much easier. Just check this one. Tan inverse of tan of minus 6. Two pi minus 6. Yes, correct. Very good. Acha, you guys have got 2 pi minus 6. Very good. Very good. Yes, 2 pi minus 6. Correct. Yes, okay. I guess you guys have got this. So let's solve one more question. So I think you will get this one for 2 pi minus 6. Okay, fine. Very good. So let's see now. Fine. Okay. So let's see one question. Something different. Okay. So let's solve this one. Sine inverse of, I think now it will be much clear. We have solved this question before also, but I think that time I just rushed the question. But now you will be able to understand. Sine inverse of sine of 2x square plus 4 by 1 plus x square should be less than pi minus 3. Should be less than pi minus 3. Okay, solve this one. हाँ बच्चों, you have to find the values of x. Where will, what will be the values of x? And for what values of x this inequality will be satisfied. Okay, I'll write the full question. If you are confused, find the values of x, है ना? Yeah, mod of x is बच्चे not greater than, less than. Mod of x is less than 1. Ranjit, it was less than 1. Yeah, plus minus to plus plus minus 1. Yeah, correct, very good. Okay, so now let's see what this is, है ना? So now, because we have solved some question based on this kind of a thing, so yes, it is minus 1 to 1. Sir, it is correct. Okay, so first let's see what this is. We'll first check what this is, right? So what I will do, because this is x square in the numerator and in the denominator, so what I will do, I will divide this first. So this will become 2x square plus 4 by 1 plus x square. I can write as 2x square plus 2 by 1 plus x square and 1 plus x square. I can write this part as this. This will become, this is nothing but 2 plus 2 by 1 plus x square. 2 plus 2 by 1 plus x square. Okay. Now let's see what is the range of this thing. Let's see what is the range of this thing. X can take any real value. X can take any real value. So the range of this part, will lie. So this thing can never be 0. Sorry, this thing can be maximum. This thing can be 4, right? Maximum. We have to see what the range of this part is. The range of this part. So when this is x is 0, maximum value will become 4, and the minimum value of this value, when x is maximum means infinity. So this will become 2, right? So this will lie from 2 to 4. 4 being in close bracket and 2 being in open bracket. So this part lies in 2 to 4, right? This total thing lies in 2 to 4. Very good, right? Now if this total thing lies in 2 to 4, that means this will be closer to pi. Sorry, this will be closer to pi, right? This value is closer to pi because pi is what, 3.14. Pi is what, 3.14, right? So I can write this whole thing. As, so this, if I write this thing as pi minus, so if I write this thing as, so we have got this part. So this is pi minus 2 x square plus 4 by 1 plus x square, right? If I write this whole thing as pi minus something, right? Y open bracket, which bracket bache? This one. Which bracket bache? This is just a bracket to show that they are different, है ना? This is just a bracket to show they are different. है ना बच्चे देखो, because sin inverse, what should be the range of, what should be, see, I'll show you one thing. So we have sin inverse of 2x square plus 4 by 1 plus x square. This I can also write as sin inverse of suppose I have 2 plus 1 plus x is, 2 plus 2 by 1 plus x square. I can write this as this, right? Simply I've just divided with the with 1 plus x square up and down. With the numerator I have divided with 1 plus x square, right? Okay, fine. Now see, now basically to write this as whatever is inside, what we have to do, to write whatever is inside, what we have to do, we have to convert this into some angle. So what we have to do, we have to convert this into into an angle theta, which lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, which lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And if we'll write this angle in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, this whole thing will simply shift to, what angle? This whole thing will simply shift to the value which is the theta which is inside, right? So suppose this is sine inverse of sine of pi by 4, or sine inverse of sine of pi by 2 is 1 point, so sine inverse of sine of 1 by 4. है ना? So 1 by 4 will be the answer. Sine inverse of sine of 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 will be the answer, and so on, right? So basically, I have to convert this into the form. We have to convert this into the form where it is between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, right? And I know the range of this thing, whatever is inside, the range of this thing, whatever is written inside, is from 2 to 4. Is from 2 to 4, right? Is from 2 to 4. Now, what I can do is that this angle, whatever is inside, suppose this is phi, and phi is between 2 to 4. So this phi is around which angle? This phi is around pi. This phi is around pi. By yes or no? By this phi is around pi. Yes, and see. Forget about this sine inverse. Just think about this sine. So if you have sine of some angle theta, this will also be equals to sine of pi minus theta. By yes or no? Sir, why would we? है ना? Apurva bachche, yesterday I told you, na, this is, just read the notes of yesterday, hai na? This, why am I converting this? Because sine inverse, I should get something output. So sine inverse output will be between minus pi to pi by 2, right? So I'm trying to convert this into between this range. I am to convert this part into between this range, hai na? And I know this is also true. By sine of theta will also be equal to sine of pi minus theta. Sine of theta will also be equal to sine of pi minus theta, right? So that means this theta I can write in the form of sine pi minus theta also. It will be same value. These both are exactly same or not? है ना? So I can write this as sine inverse of sine of pi minus 2 plus 2 by 1 plus x square. है ना? Now this value, this whole thing now, this whole thing is between this range or not? But a sine of something is giving 1 to 1, but there is a sine inverse, na? So output will be minus pi by 2 or pi by 2 or real values. Think about it, Apurva bachche. है ना? Just look at it. Look at this, right? So now this thing becomes in between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So whatever is written inside, I can simply take it outside, because this is sine inverse of sine of, suppose this is phi. This is phi. Sine inverse of sine of pi. है ना? This is sine inverse of sine of phi. Phi is between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this simply becomes phi. है ना? This simply becomes phi. So phi is nothing but pi minus 2 plus 2 by 1 plus x square. And this value should be less than pi minus, this value should be less than, what was the question? This value should be less than pi minus 3. So this value should be less than pi minus 3. So this pi and this pi gets cancelled. I will bring this side and bring that the other side. So this will become, so this after solving, this will become 3 should be less than 2 plus 2 by 1 plus x square. 3 should be less than 2 plus, so I will bring this 3 on this side also. So this will become, 0 should be less than minus 1 plus 2 by 1 plus x square. And if I'll take the LCM, I can also find the answer. हाँ बच्चे, है ना? हाँ किशोर. So Why am I converting this into the principal angle? So that I can get this phi directly outside. Why am I converting this? So that I can get this phi directly outside. And this phi is a function of x square. Hai na? And why this is between 2 to 4? Why this is between 2 to 4? 2 plus 2 by 1 plus x square. Hai na? So basically what we have to find, what is the range of this? Hai na? What is the range of this? Some of you have not understood why we are getting the range of this as 2 to 4. So the range of this will be depending on this x. Hai na? Now see, this is maximum. This whole thing is maximum. If this thing is maximum, this whole thing is maximum when this thing is minimum. Hai na? So when is 1 plus x square minimum? When x is equal to 0. When x is equal to 0, this denominator will be minimum, right? So what will be the value? This will become 2, so 2 plus 2, 4. So the maximum value of this will be 4, right? What will be the minimum value? What will be the minimum value of this whole? When this is minimum, when in this whole minimum, when this denominator is maximum. So this denominator is maximum when this x is maximum. So infinity, at infinity, this whole thing will become almost 0, but never 0. Hai na? So this will be almost 2. So from 2 to 4. Bache 2 value, why it will not take 2 value? Na, it will not take 2 value. Take any value x. Kishore bache, take any value of x. Hai na? You will never get equals to 2. If you even take x to be very large value, bache, so this will this be 0? Denominator will never make anything 0. Something upon some, so or something I am writing. Numerator upon denominator, bacho. Only when numerator is 0, only then this whole thing will be 0. If denominator is 0, this will, or denominator is anything, this will try to reach 2, but it will never be 2. Why? Because this whole thing can never become 0. Hai na? Bache, just think. This we have already done. This part we have already done. So this, you should not get stuck on this part. Yes, okay. So I have to solve this part. Hai na? So this is 0. 0 is less than minus 1 plus 0 is less than minus 1 plus 2 by 1 plus x square. 1 plus 2 by 1 plus x square. So if I simply write it, so this becomes minus 1 minus x square plus 2, 1 plus x square. So this is 0 less than, this is nothing but 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, right? Now denominator can never be 0. So this becomes again wavy curve, right? So this, what are the roots of this? X is equals to 1 plus minus 1. So I will simply mark plus minus and plus minus 1 and plus 1. Okay. At infinity, this will become, at infinity, this will become 0. And at minus infinity also will become 0. So minus 1 to 1. And because there is no equality, so this will be open brackets. So x belongs to minus 1 to 1. Okay. Bacho, just check once again. Just check once again from beginning. If you want me to explain once again, I will explain the whole question. Don't worry. I will explain the question once again. Just check it once again. Just try to write it. And if it is not clear, I will explain it once again. No hurry. There is no hurry in inverse trigonometric function. I can understand there are a lot of curves. Just write it once. How will it become 0 at infinity? Bache, x, forget about 0. Nilan, just substitute value of x as 10,000. Substitute value of x 10,000, 10 to the power 10. Substitute value of x as 10 to the power 10. Once again I will explain. I will show. Just first you write down. Just don't look at it. Just write down. Okay. One of you is asking why we are not writing pi plus theta. Why are we not writing pi plus theta? because sine of pi plus theta is not sine theta बच्चों, है ना? Pi plus theta becomes in third quadrant, so it will become minus of sine theta. Understood? Mridula, did you understood? There can also be situation where pi plus theta will suffice. Yes, correct. No, it is 100% correct, but not in this particular direction. But not in this particular case. है ना? There can be a situation where it can be pi plus. We have seen, right? Before we have seen where we have added something. There can be condition, but not in this one. So we do not have to think about it. है ना? Okay. So in the next page. So what I will do, I will explain this. I will explain from here once again. I will do the calculation from here once again. Some of you are not able to understand. So let's see. Let's write it once again. So this is pi minus 2 plus 2 by 1 plus x square should be less than pi minus 3. You know? So this pi and pi gets cancelled. This whole thing, if I bring that side, so this is 0 greater than minus 3 plus 2 by 1 plus x square. So this is 0. So this becomes minus 1. So this is minus 1 minus x square plus 2 upon 1 plus x square, right? So this is 0 less than 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. There is no factor for this because this is always greater than 0. There are no factors for this. The factor of this will be 1 minus x and 1 plus x. है ना? So this is something similar. This is exactly similar to wavy curve. There will be no factor for this one. So the factor for this one is 1 and this one is minus 1. So minus 1 and 1. At x tending to infinity, let's see x tending to infinity. Let's take x very large number. So let's take x as 100. This is always positive. 1 minus 100 is minus 99. 1 plus 100 is 101. So this is positive. Sorry, so total is negative. So this becomes negative. Again, 1 is the factor of this. Power is 1. Here also odd power. So it will change sign. Again, it will change sign and it will come down. So the answer will be between minus 1 to 1. Minus 1 to 1. And why open bracket? Because it should be greater than 0. So that is why x belongs to minus 1 to 1. Understood, everyone? Yes, very good. Okay, fine. So I hope, yes, good. So I hope till here, this question, I know it is difficult, but once if you have done the question, then if you'll again just look at it once again, if something, instead of this, if I'll write something else also, you would be able to answer. Because this is the first kind of question you are doing like this, where you have variable. So now, but you can do, Okay, very good. Now let's do one more very basic question. Let's solve this one. Okay, so this is completely graphical question, complete graphical question. Solve it using graph. So just write down the question. Cos inverse of cos x should be greater than sine inverse of sine x. For x belonging to 0 to 2 pi. Cos inverse of cos x should be greater than sine inverse of sine x for x belonging to 0 to 2 pi. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes. Complete graphical question, completely a graphical question. Either this, or I can also write this as maximum of. You have to find the maximum value of cos inverse of cos x, comma sine inverse of sine x for x belonging to 0 to 2 pi. Same question. Something similar. Find the values of x for which this is happening. For this one, find the values of x for which this is happening. Okay, let's solve this one. Let's solve this one. Yeah, pi by 2 to 2 pi bache. Lakshmi, it is pi by 2 to 2 pi. You can check previous notes, just see what is the graph of this and what is the graph of this. 2 pi, very good. Yes, yes. Anu, very good. Yes. Kishore, pi by 2 to 2 pi, very good. Correct, correct. Very good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Very good. Yes, Abhinav, very good. Correct. Okay, so let's solve this one. So they are asking that when this thing is greater than this thing, when is this thing greater than this thing, right? So what I will do, I will simply draw the curve of these two from 0 to 2 pi, because 0 to 2 pi we already know how the curve, how the function looks like. So for sine x, so between 0 to 2 pi only I have to draw. So this is 0, this is pi by 2, this is pi, this is 3 pi by 2, and this point is 2 pi. So from 0 to 2 pi. Okay. First I will draw cos inverse of cos x. Cos inverse of cos x, if you remember, a bracket will be open because it is greater than. Right? So if you remember cos inverse, the function will be something like this. Yes, this was cos in this was cos inverse of cos x. This function is cos inverse of cos x. If you remember, we have drawn this graph. Yes, and if I draw the graph of sine inverse of sine x, if you remember sine inverse of sine x, it will come till pi by 2. Sine inverse will come till pi by 2, and then it will come down and it will cross through pi, right? It will become negative till 3 pi by 2, and then it will come like this, right? So this was the curve for sine inverse of sine x, and this was the curve for cos inverse of cos x. Check, this was the curve for cos inverse of cos x, and this was the curve for sine inverse of sine x, right? Now just check where cos inverse of cos x is greater than, where this is greater than this, wherever this is greater than this. So this is becoming, these two are becoming equal first at pi by 2, and then everywhere else cos inverse cos x is greater, value is greater, and then again equal at 2 pi. So that means everywhere between pi by 2 to pi, sorry, pi by 2 to 2 pi, cos inverse cos x is greater than sine inverse of sine x. So this will be the answer. So x belongs to pi by 2 to 2 pi will be the answer for this one. Understood, everyone? It will be in open brackets because they have strictly said greater than. है ना? If it was greater than or equal to, then if it was greater than or equal to, then what will be the answer? What will be the answer if it is greater than or equal to? Baching, it is better. This is not that easy if you try to solve this without graph. If you solve it without graph, then you have to convert this sine into cos, and then you have to solve. And we have not seen any conversion of sine and cos till now. If suppose if it were equal to, then everywhere it is either equal to or greater. So it will be 0 to 2 pi, but only greater than, so only this region from pi by 2 to 2 pi. Understood, everyone? The difference between greater than equal to or just greater than sign. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Everybody understood this one? Yes. Okay, fine. Now this also we have done. Again I want you to solve this again. So this is number of solution to tan inverse x, sorry, to tan inverse of tan x, to tan inverse of tan x is equals to 6 minus x. 2 tan inverse of tan x is equals to 6 minus x. Okay, let's see you can solve this or not. We have seen everything. We have done almost all kind of question based on this particular property. Now let's see if we can solve it or not. And I've already told you how to solve this. We have already solved it once. Just repeat it. Jerry, Matthew, Kishore, you remember the answer? So just you are writing the answer, or you have solved in 1 second or 2 seconds. You cannot solve. So I want you to solve it once again, bache. Solve it once again. Achha, some of you have said to other teachers, I won't name because those teachers are very good friend of mine, that these classes are KNMS centered classes. Yes, I think students from Viknesh school. We already did this question, but because we have done so many properties once again, so I wanted to solve it once more. Yeah, we will get 3, but I wanted to solve it now properly because last time when I solved, I think you were not able to understand. So now, because we have drawn the graph, we have seen how the graph of tan inverse of tan x looks like. Okay, so let's see. So let's solve this one. So basically they are asking 2 into tan inverse of tan x should be 6 minus x. Should be 6 minus x. Right? So indirectly what they are saying that tan inverse of tan x should be equals to 6 minus x by 2. Tan inverse of tan x should be equals to 6 minus x by 2. Okay. Now what I will do? I will draw the graph of tan inverse of tan x. Tan inverse of tan x. But before that, I will draw the graph. So this, before that, I will first draw the graph of this part, which is y is equals to 6 minus x by 2. So this is y is equals to 6 minus x by 2. If I draw the graph on the same plot, now the range of this tan inverse of tan x, the range of tan inverse of tan x will always be between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. If you remember, the range of tan inverse of tan x will always be between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, let's see. So what we will do, we'll draw the graph of 6 minus x is equals to 2y. So first, when y is equal to 0, x is equal to 6. When y is equal to 0, x is equal to 6. And we'll see the y-intercept also. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 3. 3 will be approximately here. And let's take pi by 2 somewhere here. Pi by 2 somewhere here. Right? So tan inverse of tan x graph is, so here we have pi by 2. Then we have pi. Then 3 pi by 2. Then 2 pi. Then 5 pi by 2. Then 3 pi, and so on. So the graph of tan inverse x will be something like this. First is x is equal to 6, approximate 6 value. So 2 into 3. So approximate 6 value will be somewhere here. Approximate 6 value will be somewhere here. So I will draw this curve. I will draw this one first. So this is from 3 to, let's take this as 6 because 2 pi is 6 point something. So we'll be very close. But even though, so this is the line something like this. This is the line something like this, right? So the number of solution will be nothing but wherever the function, the curve. So this is pi by 2 everywhere. This is minus pi by 2. Okay. So I will simply draw the tan inverse of 10x. So this will be tan inverse of 10x. Then from here again tan inverse of 10x. Then again one more on the right side. Okay, now see, I have drawn this graph because I know the answer. I know the answer will be 3, so that is why I have drawn this graph, right? But I am first thing which I have to check is whether this line is intersecting this part of the line or not, right? Whether this line is intersecting this line or not. Okay. So first I will write the equation of all the lines separately. One more thing, before y-axis, it will not intersect because the y-intercept is 3. So everywhere after this will be greater than 3. So you will not get any intersection before. First thing we have checked this one, right? So I will simply write the equation of the lines. So this is y is equals to x. This is y is equals to x minus pi. This is y is equals to x minus 2 pi. This is y is equals to x minus 3 pi. And the next line will be y is equals to x minus 4 pi. Right? So these are the equation of the line. So I'll simply find the intersection of these lines with the line given. So y is equals to x. If I simply write y is equals to x, so this will become, so when y is equals to x, so this line and this line's intersection. So this line is y is equals to x, intersection with this line 6 minus x by 2. So this will become 6 minus x by 2 is equals to y is equals to x. So x. So this becomes 6 minus x is equals to 2x. So this becomes x is equals to 3. So for x is equals to 3, y will be also equals to 3. So if I'll extend this line, this will intersect at 3, 3. This will intersect at 3, 3, which is after pi by 2. We know it is after pi by 2, much after pi by 2. Okay. Fine. Oh, sorry. 2. Sorry, 2, 2. We know 2, 2 is after pi by 2. So that means there is no intersection of this line and this line. Okay. Next, we will check for this one. Y is equals to x minus pi and the line 6 minus x by 2 is equals to y. So for second one, so y is equals to x minus pi is equals to 6 minus x by 2. So this will become 2x minus 2 pi is equals to 6 minus x. So this x will come here. So this will become 3x is equals to 6 plus 2 pi. Okay. So x will be equals to 2 plus. So this will become x is equals to 2 plus 2 plus somewhat approximate 2 pi by 3. Okay. Now for the second part also, let's see where it is intersecting. It is intersecting at this point, right? And at what value of x? This is the value of x. For this value of x, we have to find the value of y. Y should be between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. For this value of x, y should be between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So where was the value of x? Yeah, this is the value of x. X is equals to 2 plus 2 pi by 3. I will solve it in the next page. So x is equals to 2 plus 2 pi by 3 and y is equals to x minus pi. So y is equals to x minus pi. So this is 2 pi by 3 plus 2 minus pi. So this becomes 2 minus pi by 3. Okay. So this becomes 2 minus pi by 3. Okay. 2 minus pi by 3. So pi by 3. So this will be 6 minus pi by 3. This will be 6 minus pi by 3. Pi value is approximately 3 point something, greater than 3, right? So this will be, this whole value will be, y value will be approximately equals to 1. The y value will be approximately equals to 1. It will be less than 1, but I am saying approximate. So that means there will be an intersection below pi by 2. There will be an intersection below pi by 2. So this is one point of intersection. This point of intersection is 2 plus 2 pi by 3 comma 6 minus pi by 3. 6 minus pi by 3. Okay, so we got one point of intersection with this line and the line. This part everybody understood, right? Now I want you to find the intersection of this line and this line also. I want you to find the intersection, this point of intersection of this line and the and this line, 6 minus x by 2. Fast. अरे बच्चों, are we solving or just sitting and looking at the paper? Huh? You are simply copying, you're not solving. Okay, so one of you is giving me 2 plus 4 pi by 3. So second point of intersection is 2 plus 4 pi by 3, comma 2 minus 2 pi by 3. 2 minus 2 pi by 3. This is our second one we are getting this thing, right? Again, for some value of x, we are getting the value of y between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. We are getting some value of y between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. That means there is an intersection. That means there is an intersection. Okay. Now same thing we will do for the third line also. Oh, sorry, for the fourth line also. Same thing we will do for the fourth line. If the solution is again between 0 to minus pi by 2 to pi, the value of y, that means there is an intersection. Now I'm sure for the last one, y is equals to x minus 4 pi. Y is equals to x minus 4 pi. We will not get any solution between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. We will check this one. For these one we know we will get. I will check for the last one. So y is equals to x minus 4 pi. Y is equals to x minus 4 pi. Now you will always confirm. Not for this one, diagram is fine. You have to draw the diagram. It is necessary. You have to draw this part and see the intersection points, right? But just by relying on the diagram, you cannot be sure that this line is intersecting or not, because this is not up to the scale. It could be the line would be a little more tilted towards left side. So then it would have intersected, right? Okay. So y is equals to x minus 4 pi and x is equals to x we are getting x is equals to 6 minus 2y. 6 minus 2y. 6 minus 2y is equals to x, and here x is equals to y plus 4y. So I will simply equate this two and I will find the value of y. Oh, sorry, 4 pi. So this is y plus 4 pi is equals to 6 minus 2y. This will come this side. So this is 6y. Sorry, this will come this side. So this will become 2y plus y is equals to 6 minus 4 pi. So this is 3y is equals to 6 minus 4 pi. So this is y is equals to 2 minus or 6 minus 4 pi by 3. 4 pi value is approximately 12, right? 4 pi value is approximately 12. Minus 6 is total thing is minus 6 in the numerator divided by 3. So this value is approximately minus 2 and greater than minus 2 actually. So the value of y is not lying in minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So that is why the last kind of question, that is why the last line does not have any intersection. This last line does not have any intersection. Understood? Fine. Okay. Yes, you can get this kind of question. So you can 100% you can get in your board exam. Because this is not difficult. This kind of question you can get in board exam. And if you are just studying for board, then okay. I hope this part is clear also. I hope this part is clear also. Just check this one. Okay, so we will get 3 solutions for this one. We will get 3 solutions for this one. So one solution is for this line, one solution is for this line, one solution is for this line. And they are only asking us the number of solutions. They are not asking us the actual solution which we have to find. Okay, right? Okay, so this is for today. This was a property based on sine inverse of sine x and so on. I will show you once again, bache. So, and in the next class, we will move on to some other property. Okay, in the next class, we move on to some other property of inverse trigonometry. Okay, fine. I'll show you the pages from first page once again. Just take this. If the function comes in the board, if this kind of question comes in the board, you can give graphical explanation. There is you will not get any negative marks. In board, remember, in maths and in all other subjects, you just have to give correct explanation, no matter which method you have to use. Now, this graphical approach, it is using just the equation of lines, intersection of equation of lines. So intersection of equation of line is there in your boards, so you can use it. So there is no problem in graphical approach in explaining your answer. There is no problem at all. But always remember that in your board exam, do not write a solution which is not in your board, which is not in your board exam. Why? Because see, the person who is checking might not know more than you guys. Understood? So the person who is checking, you have to think about that person is just the book. That person is just your CBSE book. So he will know everything which is given in the book. But these kind of questions where you have to find the number of solutions, where you have to find the number of solution, or this thing, the range in which this thing is lying, these kind of solution you have to solve. Generally, these kind of questions are asked for you to solve using your graphs only. However, such kind of question, this kind of question you can solve only by graph, because here you have inverse trigonometry. On one side you have your linear graph. So if this was exponential linear, logarithmic linear, this question you can only solve using your graphical approach, because there is no easy solution. You cannot just find x is this, x is this. But if there is a question in which we can use non-graphical approach also, or we can solve using non-graphical approach, I will 100% give you the non-graphical approaches also. All the possible approach, all the possible kind of approach which we can get. Okay, so please read your CBSE books and please solve questions from the part which we have done. We have done just properties using these kind of inverse trigonometric ratios, where we have tan inverse of tan x, cos inverse of cos x. So if you come across any question in your CBSE, please solve this. And also please go across through the notes once again. This is not an easy topic, but it is not difficult also. We'll keep on revising. Just keep on revising the graphs once again. All the question, all the graphs which we have done, just revise that once again. I'm 100% sure you will be able to understand it clearly as you revise more and more. Okay, that's all for today. We'll stop and we'll move on to next property on Monday. Okay, thank you very much.